On today's video, I'll be sharing my tips, tricks, and strategies how to monetize on YouTube channel. Even knowing that this video will be a little bit longer than usual, if you're a new or a small YouTuber, this video is definitely for you. Based on that, I'll ask you to stick around until the end because I'll show you how to leverage one of the most underused and misunderstood strategies to increase your comments, likes, and subscribers. I'll promise you that after you finish watching this whole entire video, you'll be able to put in practice at least 4 strategies to improve your channel performance immediately. Hello YouTube land, I'm Eddie and this is my channel Windy Therapy. This is where I share my passion for motorcycle riding, camping, and outdoor adventures. So if you're new in here, welcome, and if you're not, thank you so much for coming back. I really appreciate you guys' time and support. As you can see, this video is not one of those that you can skim over or bail halfway through it. So without further ado, let's give her. First and foremost, I need to tell you that I'm not here pretending to be an expert or having a YouTube channel bigger than an old man prostate. But I can tell you that before I decided to start my channel, I spent countless of hours studying the YouTube algorithm and the technical side the best I could. In order to properly prepare myself, I read a lot of books, participated on several webinars, I watched hundreds of hours of YouTube videos. That really gave me the foundation to start the channel the best I could. Also, my wife spent more than 16 years working on her online marketing company where they were specialized in search engine optimizations. So a big shout out to her because she really helped me to understand everything I'm gonna be talking about. So thanks, honey. According to YouTube, I started my journey back in 2020, in April 2020. But in reality, I became serious about 10 months ago. Just to validate my thumbnail, just before dropping this video, my channel had 19 videos, 5,000 public viewing hours, and a bit more than 1,000 subscribers and more than 65,000 views. Considering these numbers are not typical, nor they do happen by accident, several of my YouTube friends asked me to create this video. And considering that I love to help people, here I am. There's so much to be shared, and despite trying, I won't be able to unpack everything that I know in just one video. On this video, we'll go over what I consider to be the 5 critical steps, including your channel avatar or identity, online loyalty, and then we're gonna finish with the most underused or misunderstood strategies that you can implement right freaking now to get better results. If you're not planning to scale your channel to a larger size, this video may be a waste of time for you. But if you are planning to scale up, grab a notepad and let's begin. Step number 1, channel identity. Let me start by asking you 2 basic but harsh questions. What does make your channel unique? And 2, most importantly, why should I watch it? 10 months ago, I wrote down my answers because, as we know, there are millions and millions of channels out there. So understanding what separates us from all other channels is absolutely critical. Some tips around channel identity are: number 1, choose a niche that suits your personality, your interests, your goals, lifestyle and personality. There's no point of trying to be someone that you aren't. And 2, spend time to understand your audience avatar. Avatar meaning it's having a clear picture of your viewers and what they really want to see from your channel. And 3, when you nail this step down, just stick to it. Let me tell you what I'm talking about. As you probably know by now, I love motorcycles, but simply creating a motorcycle channel to show my motorcycle rides and highlighting my chit-chats would have been as unique as white popcorn. You know what I mean. So to scale my channel up, I had to dig a little bit deeper. So I decided to focus more around motor camping and motorcycle trips or traveling. Motor camping videos worked reasonably well as my stats went from double digits to triple digits. A good improvement, but I knew I still had to dig a little bit deeper. Then, to become a little bit more unique, I decided to include my new motorcycle pop-up camper with all the tips, tricks, and strategies that I'll be sharing on this video. And guess what? The number of views and likes just went freaking bananas. As you can see, now I'm into thousands of views, so it didn't take too much time for me to realize 3 important points. Number 1, my channel niche seemed to be appealing to my target audience, which is folks who are into motorcycle riding, camping, and outdoor adventures. 2, using the data or analytics, I can better visualize what my target audience really likes, but also the topics that they didn't. Sometimes we learn more with our own failures than successes. Just keep that in mind. And 3, and most importantly, that my tips, tricks, and strategies really freaking worked. So regardless if you have a cooking, a travel, a motorcycle, or an outdoor YouTube video, you really need to find the answers for those 2 questions, because they'll be the reason why people will watch your videos, and most importantly, the reason why they will become loyal followers. Step number 2, plan before pressing record. As you know, every single day, thousands of videos get uploaded into the YouTube universe. So it's very easy for our videos to get lost in the shuffle. Due to my professional life, I don't have too much me time. Therefore, each video must have a crystal clear purpose or intention. So before even grabbing my cameras, I mentally follow what I call the 4W1H approach, meaning the what, the why, the where, and how. I don't like to wing it, sorry. As you can see by my numbers, it isn't about quantity of videos, but rather the quality of the message, search engine optimizations, and being creative on how to spread the message. Another point that I'm always mindful about is the fact that as content creators, I have an obligation to provide value through education, information, or entertainment. Otherwise, I'm not respecting people's time. The message here is simple but very profound. Regardless if you create 1 video per week or 1 video per month, always ask yourselves the following questions. Am I respecting my subscribers' time? Am I adding value to the viewer? And if the answer is no, go back to the drawing board or cancel the topic altogether. Within my work life, I like to refer this as the 5 Ps. Proper planning prevents poor performance. Step number 3, the KISS approach. I'm not here talking about the famous keep it simple, stupid, but rather keep it short, stupid. Despite what most people may think, longer videos are not necessarily better. This may be a little bit controversial, as most people believe they need to create longer videos to get more watch hours, but honestly, this approach tends to backfire. Long videos tend to have low retention rates, and that tells YouTube straight up that people don't like your videos. When that happens, YouTube will reduce the number of impressions, meaning the amount of time your videos will pop up on people's screen. Lower number of impressions logically reduces the click-through rate, meaning how many times people are clicking on your videos, which then leads to less recommendations on people's feed, and then leads to less views, less likes, less subs. You get my drift. It becomes the slippery slope downwards to hell. Based on that, as a rule of thumb, I always recommend keeping your videos below 15 minutes. Statistically, that's the amount of time people tend to stay focused on any given video or any given topic. Despite what some people may say, bigger isn't always better. Step number 4, social media presence and loyalty. I'll start by saying that if you are not into Instagram or Facebook, you should be. Why is this important, you may ask? Well, simply put, because after posting a new video, YouTube and Instagram are responsible for 90% of the views during the first 7 days. After 7 days, the YouTube algorithm and the SEO magic takes over. However, Instagram and Facebook will still help for about 40% of my channel traffic. As far as loyalty, if you follow me on Instagram, Facebook, or YouTube, you know by now that I respond every single comment or direct messages. I take the time to do it not only because I appreciate every single contact or interaction, because I really do, but because it builds trust, loyalty, and most importantly, it shows respect to my followers. The message here is always respect and support those who support you. Very basic, right? But I don't see that happening very often, to be honest. As far as YouTube specifically, at the time of this video, I'm following about 200 different channels. And as you imagine, it's extremely hard to watch everybody's videos, mainly when most people are releasing videos in a weekly basis. So how do I do it? Well, it isn't easy, but most evenings I invest about 60 to 90 minutes divided in 2 different buckets. Bucket number 1, about 30% of my time towards new channels, because I like to give them a bump and keep them motivated on their new YouTube journey. And bucket number 2, 70% of the time towards my favorite channels. Favorite, I mean those channels that match my own interests, and selfishly, those channels that support my own channel. Remember, trust, loyalty, and respect ride in a 2-lane highway, and if you don't support those who are supporting you, sooner or later your channel will go down to the bottom of people's watch list. Being totally honest, that's how I decide which channels I'll continue to follow and support. And that leads to the last and most important part of this video. If you're still here watching, hey guys and girls, here comes the cat's meow. Step number 5, the most underused and misunderstood strategies that you can implement right now to improve your channel performance. Here's the thing, 98% of the channels that I subscribe to have the famous 4 dreadful requests. Hey dude, please like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell down below. But here is where people are missing out. the hidden side of comments and likes. 90% of YouTubers out there tend to be somewhat selfish and are only concerned about receiving likes and receiving comments. The hidden side of comments and likes isn't related to receiving, but actually giving. Remember, a smart man once said, "Give and you shall receive." This tip or strategy has several folds, and I like to refer to them as a fancy 5-course dinner. So pay attention to them very, very carefully. Let's start with the appetizer. Taking the time to post a simple like and a generic comment, it does show some level of appreciation and support of the video you just watched. But this is a simple and plain Jane appetizer. So let's jump into the salad now. I urge you guys to be intentional with your comments, but also include a self-serving purpose into it. Don't just say, "Cool video, dude," and walk away, because this is a total waste of time and energy, really. Put some effort in writing a comment with 3 or 4 lines to support the video you just watched. However, take this opportunity to discreetly promote your brand or channel. The idea here is always entice other people's interest about yourself or your channel. So here's an example to show you what I'm talking about. I did ask my buddy Sean from UCM Pigs to use one of my recent comments to better illustrate this strategy. I'm not going to read everything, you can see it, but I want you to actually go to his channel, subscribe, and watch this shoutout video, which was pretty darn good. But as you can see, I took the time to write a nice and intentional comment, so much so that Sean decided to pin it at the top of his page. This comment shows how humbled I felt after watching his video. However, there is a 1% of marketing wordsmanship that I want you guys to understand. I decided to add 3 strategic keywords related to my channel identity or branding: motorcycle pop-up camper, Triumph trophy, and motovlogging. But why would I do that? That's the question. On the next video, I will explain how this is connected to my chosen tags and the SEO strategies. But for now, let me tell you simply this. Psychologically, if someone is interested in one of those 3 keywords, often without knowing, their brain will get them triggered, and he or she will feel somewhat compelled to go check my channel out. And when that happens, there's a good chance that they will like, subscribe, and become loyal followers. Thanks, Sean, for allowing me to use this comment as an example. And if you guys haven't checked his channel, please do. He's doing a great job and he's rocking it. So go help Sean. Heading into the main course now. Next, after writing my comment, I would like most of the comments, if they were actually pretty good, actually, not all of them, because YouTube will notify those folks and let them know that I liked their comments. Once again, that triggers the psychological side of people to go check my video. Another reason why I urge you guys to write an intentional and well-crafted comments is because when someone likes your reply and comments, it tells the YouTube algorithm that your channel may provide something that that person likes. So YouTube will start recommending your videos not only to the channel you just watched, but they will start showing your videos on the page of that other person. Did you get it? It is all freaking connected. You shall give to receive. Looking back, I can tell you that about 30% of my subs actually came from folks who read my comments somewhere else and became interested or enticed to get to know me and my videos. So with that in mind, let's go to the dessert now. Dessert time. Whenever possible, not always, whenever possible, finish your comments with a question. This will prompt the creator to answer you back. Then you can answer him or her back again. And that gives an opportunity to kind of keep the conversation going. This last tip is driven to increase the number of comments or interactions because the YouTube algorithm links those number of likes and comments with their key performance indicators or KPIs. This step is really mainly to help the video creator, but also gives you few more opportunities to expose yourself and your brand. Did you get it? I hate to show you guys my geek side, but you need to understand that some basic online marketing strategies and the human psychology, because understanding that will play a huge role to scale your channel or not. I just have two important requests with those tips that I just shared. Number one, please don't do it all the time. Pick the right time, pick the right opportunity. And number two, please be discreet and respectful. You don't want to come across straight out trying to promote your channel, because that sucks and that's not really cool. Mastery is when you're able to implement all those techniques that I'm sharing without anyone noticing. Did anyone notice that I have been doing this for about 10 months? I guess you didn't. So here comes the espresso, or a brandy if you prefer. That's the end of my 5-course meal. Please don't confuse the YouTube algorithm watching all kinds of videos of random stuff that are not related to your avatar or related to your channel. The algorithm is always trying to understand who you guys really are, and it's always trying to connect that to your niche and preferences. So please do your part to help it. Being very specific. Keep your video searches, I would say, and views related to your own niche. I know that sometimes we need to watch other stuff unrelated to our channels, like home improvement, news, travel, sports, whatever. But in those cases, I have a different YouTube account. I keep them separate. My second YouTube account is dedicated to watch everything that's not related to my channel. The more I help the algorithm to understand what my Windy Therapy channel is all about, easier it is for YouTube to recommend my videos to the correct audience. And having my videos promoted to the right and most suitable audience leads to more clicks, views, and that improves my click-through rate. So if you're still with me, sorry, you have to probably watch this if you didn't take notes. I get it's a lot of information. So now is your turn. Let's put all of this in practice with 2 assignments, just 2 assignments. Please do it. Number 1, leave a comment under this video using all the tips, tricks, and strategies that I just shared. The goal here is simple. I want to see if you understood the concept and if you're able to do that discreetly. In return, I promise that I'll respond every single message with my feedback, and I will tell you if you have a passing grade. Say whatever you want to say, but leave me, I would say, 2 or 3 hints about who you are and why I should watch your videos. Remember to do your plug discreetly, because at the same time it needs to be enticing or intriguing for me to actually go to your YouTube page. Number 2, if you're asking for the famous 4 requests, please like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. I have a question for you. Are you walking the talk? Are you returning the favor mainly to those within your target niche? Think about it. I'm not asking you to watch and comment all the videos within your subscribers list, but actually and primarily, mainly those within your target niche. If you have a travel channel, support the travel channel. If you have a motorcycle channel, support the motorcycle channel, and so on. That's the idea. Remember, the YouTube algorithm reads everything, and it's always looking for relevancy between videos and watch hours and who's watching what. So the most you keep watching stuff within your niche, the better it's gonna be to your channel. So now I have only one request. Only one request, guys, please. Please consider sharing this video with one person. Only one person that you feel that can benefit from this message. Remember what I said in the beginning, you shall give to receive. So here's an opportunity just to put that in practice. And now you guess it. Here comes the 4 dreadful reminders. So if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you truly did, subscribe if you haven't done already. And if you're inclined to do so, poke that notification call bell to get to know when the next video comes, because that one's going to be about SEO, tags, and content creation. So with that in mind, I hope this video was helpful for you. Thanks so much for your time. Be good, be safe, and as always, let's keep the rubber side down. Ciao, folks.